When you refer to Audrey, you're talking about Audrey Nicholl, who of course is the sitting MSP for Aberdeen South and Kincardine North, the constituency you want. The Sunday Mail this morning is suggesting you called her the night before you made this announcement and suggested to her that she might stand aside. Did you?
That's a lie, Martin.
Right. So they're completely wrong. You didn't make that call. When did you speak to her? When did you tell her that you were going to do this?
So I did call Audrey the night before. We had a fairly cordial conversation, albeit brief. Myself and Audrey speak relatively frequently, as I'm sure you can imagine. I made clear to her my intentions. Audrey, of course, suggested that some had been thinking that I may seek to seek candidacy in Dundee, which I assume would be a much bigger story. I don't want to do that. I live in Aberdeen. This is where my life is. I'm very fortunate to represent the people here. She's told me that she wasn't overly surprised at the decision that I was taking, that I was obviously seeking to progress my activities in politics, and that was ultimately the end of the conversation. I had hoped it had happened sooner. There's obviously been significant goings on in Aberdeen locally with regards to politics, and I thought it was best to leave Audrey to deal with some of that. I of course was dealing with other things in my own personal life which prevented me from having an earlier conversation, which I'm sure people in the political world are aware of.
Was she angry?
No.
She wasn't. How did she respond? Sanguine?
No. Well, as I say, we had a conversation. She told me she wasn't surprised at the fact that I was putting myself forward for election, which has meant it's been quite a surprise to me, Martin, to see some of the commentary which has been in the public domain. Look, none of this is particularly edifying for anyone. I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be having these discussions on television, trying to defend myself over lies and fabrications that are in newspapers this morning. But that's the reality of politics sometimes. It's not pleasant. And, I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to be hounded out from standing for what I believe in.